The AFC Championship matchup is set. Your Kansas City Chiefs will square off once again against the Buffalo Bills for the right to retain Lamar Hunt's trophy. Welcome in to this edition of the Kansas City Chiefs Report, powered by Chat Sports. Tyler Jones here with you. Thanks for joining us. Coming up on today's show, we are going to take an early look at next Sunday's matchup. I'm going to give you 5 reasons why I think the Kansas City Chiefs will take down the Buffalo Bills. But before we do that, folks, I want to make sure you subscribe to the Kansas City Chiefs Report. We're going to be live for the Chiefs and Bills game coming up next Sunday. We got a live show coming up this Tuesday. We're going to continue to bring you daily news and rumors, sometimes 2 and 3 videos a day. This is your one-stop shop for all things Kansas City Chiefs, your playoff headquarters right here on the Kansas City Chiefs Report. We are going to battle our brand new Bills channel in a sub-battle this week to see which one of our respective channels can gain the most new subscribers. Sub for dubs, youtube.com/ChiefsTV to subscribe now for free. You'll be glad you did. All right, let's take an early look at this matchup. The Chiefs with a 23-14 win on Saturday against the Houston Texans, a game that was never in doubt, and one that they actually gave away 2 extra points to Houston there towards the end of the game. Should have won by more, you could argue. Meanwhile, the Buffalo Bills had a dominating win against the Denver Broncos in the wild card round. Then in the divisional round, it was just a heavyweight fight between them and the Baltimore Ravens. Ultimately, the Bills did enough to hang on and get that win. The Chiefs favored by 1.5. The over-under set at 48.5. And what that tells me, Vegas is saying 2 things. Although the Chiefs are favored by 1.5, remember, you get 3 points for being the home team. So Vegas thinks the Chiefs should be favored to win, but that Buffalo is the better team right now. The over-under set at 48.5 tells me that Vegas also believes this should be a high-scoring game. And as most of you know, the Chiefs have not really done much in shootouts this year. The offense has done enough to win games, but they haven't necessarily overpowered teams with their offense. So that's something to keep an eye on as well. Who do you got? Are you going with the Chiefs or are you going with the Buffalo Bills? Type KC for Chiefs. Type Buff for Buffalo. Get your predictions in now. Weigh in. Let us know who you think is going to win it. All right, let's start with my 5 reasons why I think the Chiefs will take down the Buffalo Bills. Let's start with the quarterback position. Patrick Mahomes, bringing the Mahomes magic. We've seen it time and time again over the years. In the biggest moments, 15 delivers again and again and again. And that Texas game was no exception with the way that Patrick Mahomes delivered. We saw with the pass as he was falling to the ground, still found Travis Kelce open the end zone for a touchdown score. And I know a lot of people have written off Patrick Mahomes, said that, you know what, he's not as good this season as Lamar Jackson, as Josh Allen, as Joe Burrow, and all these other guys. But the Patrick Mahomes, he's just petty enough. He takes that just personally enough that he's going into this game going up against Josh Allen where he's going to take that personal, where he's going to play with that edge. And we've seen when Mahomes plays with that edge, he is a different quarterback. He is unstoppable. He is at another level, and he has that alpha mentality that you can't say about any other quarterback in the National Football League, including Josh Allen, folks. So I'm not betting against 15. I can guarantee you that much right now. Who's the better QB1 right now? Are you riding with Patrick Mahomes or are you going with Josh Allen? Type P for Patrick Mahomes. Type J for Josh Allen. Weigh in the comments section. Let us know who that is. Today's show is sponsored by Prize Picks. Prize Picks is the place to go for daily fantasy made easy. Here's how it works. You choose 2 or more players on any given category. Get the choice of more or less, whether you're talking fantasy points in football, rebounds in basketball, goals in hockey, all sorts of different categories to choose from. Go to PrizePicks.com/CLNS, promo code CLNS. Get $50 to play for free when you play $5. You don't even have to win to get the money. And Prize Picks right now, folks, is offering you the chance to win up to 1,000 times your money at PricePicks.com/CLNS. The AFC Championship didn't necessarily go the way I wanted with my Price Picks entry. Had Josh Allen 13.5 for his longest rush, and Lamar Jackson 16.5 for his longest rush, and neither one of those worked out. But that's okay. Another day's ahead. We keep on playing here on Price Picks, folks. Play along with me. PricePicks.com/CLNS. Promo code CLNS. The link is in the comments and description of today's video. Price Picks, proud partner of the Kansas City Chiefs Report. Glad to have them here on today's show. Number 2 in our keys to victory for the Kansas City Chiefs. Let's talk about Travis Kelce. Travis Kelce, it's no secret he had a bit of a down year in 2024, but as we've seen time and time again, 87 goes to a whole nother level when it's playoff time. And Saturday was a great example with the best game that he's had the entire season. 7 catches, 117 yards, and a touchdown score. And one thing that I think should be alarming for Buffalo Bills fans, for anyone that was watching that Bills-Ravens game this past Sunday, was the fact that the Buffalo Bills, time and time again, were leaving the Ravens receivers wide open. And Lamar Jackson, who's not nearly as good of a passer as Patrick Mahomes, was just finding guys wide open in space and taking advantage and capitalizing on the mistakes of the Bills' defense. If you're Patrick Mahomes, I got to imagine there's going to be some opportunities for Travis Kelce to shine, especially with Noah Gray, the way he's performed this year, being a decoy. That's going to limit the opportunities that teams have to potentially double team and try to take away Travis Kelce here. So for me, I think it's getting that version of Travis Kelce we all know and love that can play at that high level, and I expect him to show up and show out once again. Let's talk about the defense now. The pass rush has been a big story for the Chiefs in this 2024 campaign, and mostly the lack thereof, as for much of this season, they were in the bottom half of the NFL in sack percentage. But then, the last few weeks of the season, the Chiefs' pass rush really just a beast awoken up when it came to this pass rush. And we saw it just this past Saturday against the Houston Texans when they had 8 total sacks in that game. They were all over C.J. Stroud. And think about this. The Baltimore Ravens, a lot of people talk about their pass rush with Kyle Van Noy and a couple of those other pieces there. They only got to Josh Allen one time that entire game. Do not expect that to happen. Josh Allen is going to face more pressure against Kansas City than he's faced against any other team in this postseason. Karlaftis had 3 sacks last week. Chris Jones has been playing very good. Charles Omenihu has woken up. There is a lot of good pass rushers that are going to make life hell for Josh Allen. I think this pass rush is going to step up and get the job done there. We will be live here at the Kansas City Chiefs Report for Chiefs and Bills. We're going to do, I think, about a 90-minute pregame show. We're going to react to the game in real time. We cannot wait, folks. 1 win away from Super Bowl 59. This is the most important watch party of the entire season so far. We want you to be a part of the journey. Subscribe now. Make sure and join us. Chiefs and Bills live right here on the Chiefs Report. We will see you on Sunday night right here on the channel. The X factors for the Kansas City Chiefs. We've seen throughout this season that different guys have stepped up from time and time again. Guys that you don't expect every single week. And some weeks it's been Xavier Worthy. Some weeks it's been DeAndre Hopkins. Other weeks we saw Marquise Brown play very good towards the end of the season. Personally, I don't care who it is. Whether it's Xavier Worthy, whether it's Hollywood, or DeAndre Hopkins. Maybe it's Noah Gray for that matter. I full-heartedly believe, in my heart of hearts, somebody that maybe doesn't necessarily do it every week is going to have that game where they show up and show out. Who knows? Maybe it's in the run game. Maybe we see Isaiah Pacheco put on the best game that he's played all season. He hasn't rushed for 90 yards since week 2 against the Cincinnati Bengals. Maybe it's Kareem Hunt potentially. I don't know exactly who is going to be that X factor, but I guarantee there's going to be at least one that steps up. And you have too many guys to account for if you're the Buffalo Bills that are more than capable of being that guy the Kansas City Chiefs are looking for on that end. Who is going to be an X factor for the Kansas City Chiefs against the Buffalo Bills? Give me a name that comes to mind. If you had to narrow it down, who would it be? Weigh in, let us know in the comments section. Last but not least, been there, done that. You look at the Kansas City Chiefs, and we've said throughout this season that they find ways to win. Good teams find ways to win, even on their off days. They get the job done. And we sit here going to the AFC Championship game, and I am still of the belief, even this far into the year, that the Chiefs have not played their best football. I feel like we've seen the Buffalo Bills at their best. I think the Chiefs are potentially saving their best for last for this game in the AFC Championship and the Super Bowl potentially to follow. Finding ways to win. Whether it was the 13-second game many years ago or whether it was the close games we've seen in the past, the AFC Championship game, I can trust the Chiefs to find ways to get this done. We know the Buffalo Bills can beat the Chiefs in the regular season. We've seen that. The Bills actually have the advantage in the regular season. But in these playoff games, in the games that count the most, the Chiefs have been the Buffalo Bills' daddy. The Bills have not been able to get over that hump until I see it for myself. I trust the ability of the Chiefs to find ways to get it done more than I do the Buffalo Bills, and I think the Chiefs will do so again. We got a great week ahead here on the Kansas City Chiefs Report. Lock us in. We cannot wait to bring you the AFC Championship game coming up on Sunday. Subscribe now. Going to be a fun week, the most important week of the season so far. Buckle up, folks. Subscribe now for free. I'm Tyler Jones. Thanks for joining us. Stick around.